The United States completes withdrawal of its forces from Afghanistan late on Monday, ending the 20 years of war that culminated in Taliban's return to power in Afghanistan. US Army has also posted a photo of the last soldier leaving Kabul. He was identified as Major General Chris Donahue, who boarded a C-17 aircraft to leave Kabul, marking the end of the US mission in Kabul, Afghanistan. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken has said that they have suspended the diplomatic presence in Kabul and transferred operations to Doha. He's added that less than 200 Americans are still left in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, as the US pullout was complete, the Taliban rejoiced with celebratory firing. Taliban spokesperson said that they want to have good relations with the world and that American defeat is a lesson for any invader henceforth.
We're here right now with the Taliban as they enter into what was only minutes ago, it was an American-controlled portion of the military airport. Now they're taking over.
Ominous gunfire ringing out at the Kabul airport. The Taliban celebrating the last of US troops leaving at the dead of night. Opening fire from automatic weapons after storming the airport. Moments earlier, the last US evacuation flight had taken off, ending the 20-year-old US military presence on Afghan soil. Major General Chris Donahue was the last US soldier to leave Kabul in a C-17 jet. US night vision camera photo from inside the Globemaster capturing the haunting yet iconic moment. Photos of the last batch of US men evacuating showed largely empty barracks at the airport.
We're here right now with the Taliban as they enter into what was only minutes ago, it was an American-controlled portion of the military airport. Now they're taking over.
The US air machines and tanks were found abandoned. Many deliberately wrecked by departing US troops in order to stop the Taliban from using them.
I'm here to announce the completion of our withdrawal from Afghanistan and the end of the military mission to evacuate American citizens, third country nationals, and vulnerable Afghans. The last C-17 lifted off from Hamid Karzai International Airport on August 30th, this afternoon, at 3:29 p.m. East Coast time.
The pullout ending a hasty and humiliating retreat 1 minute before midnight Kabul time on Monday, a full day before the 31st August troop pullout deadline could end, leaving behind hundreds of US citizens and abandoning thousands of Afghan allies possibly eligible for airlift.
We believe there are still a small number of Americans, under 200 and likely closer to 100, who remain in Afghanistan and want to leave. As of today, we've suspended our diplomatic presence in Kabul and transferred our operations to Doha, Qatar. We will use this post in Doha to manage our diplomacy with Afghanistan, including consular affairs.
With Americans gone, it's the end of the longest US war in history. It may also be curtains for freedom, for liberty, and for women's rights under Taliban rule. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, Afghanistan is a poor country, but it's rich in minerals and rare earth metals. Gaurav Sawant there explaining to us this $1 trillion game which will change the future of Afghanistan. Here's a listen.
Afghanistan, also known as the graveyard of civilizations. And currently, this great game is also about minerals and rare earth metals waiting to be mined. So there is a $1 trillion game that's currently underway. According to reports, Afghanistan has an estimated $1 trillion of minerals and $3 trillion worth rare earth metals. Afghanistan may hold, according to reports, 60 million metric tons of copper, about 2.2 billion tons of iron ore and 1.4 million tons of REE or rare earth elements. Now, this could be cerium, neodymium and lanthanum. Apart from this, of course, there's aluminium, gold, silver, zinc and mercury. Reports also say Afghanistan has deposits of approximately 1.6 billion barrels of crude oil, about 16 trillion cubic feet of natural gas and another 500 million barrels of natural liquid gas. A 2019 Afghanistan report cites a joint US-Afghanistan assessment that implies a value of about $107 billion for the crude oil, and that is at the current market rate. Region-wise, let's take a look at what region has what resources. Natural gas, for example, is mostly found in the northern province of Balkh. It's also found in Saripol. But some investigations for oil, they've been done in several regions. For example, north of the Amu Darya, also in the Helmand province, also in Herat, Paktika. Reports also say Afghanistan has about 100 to 400 million tons of coal, and some mining and some investigations have been done, for example, in the Baghlan province. Some have been done in Kunduz, Herat and Balkh province. There are reports of gold mines being located and excavation activities in the Badakhshan province. There are some reports that in Kandahar and Kunduz, gold mining is possible and some activity undertaken. China is very keen on exploiting the REE or the rare earth elements. China, incidentally, is Afghanistan's largest foreign investor and has been supporting the Taliban, hoping perhaps to exploit these resources. China, of course, is also trying to push its controversial BRI or Belt and Road Initiative. Now, this is an infrastructure push that China has been trying to push through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, through Pakistan, and now wants to approach Central Asia, taking the Afghanistan route. And China and Afghanistan have already inked an MOU. This was, of course, in 2019 on mining industry cooperation. China has been carrying out copper mining projects and an oil field project in Afghanistan. According to the same report, China's investment in Afghanistan stands at $630 million.
Now, with Taliban claiming gains in the last free province of Panjshir, caretaker Afghan President Amrullah Saleh has now refused to surrender to the Talibani forces amid talks with the resistance front. Amrullah Saleh has called upon the global community to stand up for the right cause. And maintaining that Western community has a lot to lose, the caretaker president has said that he won't be giving in without a tight fight against the Taliban. Ahmad Massoud's aide, Fahim Dashti, has now called for an Afghanistan which ensures justice to women and the minorities alike. Dashti has said talks with Taliban are still underway, but the resistance force won't be a part of any government which stands against the rights of the Afghan people.
باور ما است که معلوماتی که اخیراً داریم گفتگوها هنوزم هست. هر دو طرف تیمایشان به طرف خود برگشتن تا نظر نهایی را با هم برسانند. یکی بعداً چی میشه فعلا گفتن نمیتونم، ولی غالباً شاید موضوع به جنگ نگرایه و به راه تفاهم مسئله حل شود.
Meanwhile, India confirms that it is committed to evacuate stranded Afghan minorities who may want to leave the country after Taliban takeover. Foreign Secretary Harsh Singla has said India always provided strong support to minority communities like Hindus and Sikhs in Afghanistan. Over 800 people were evacuated from Afghanistan and brought to India since August 16th, when the first group was airlifted from Kabul. Meanwhile, the UN Secretary Council under India's presidency has adopted a strong resolution seeking the stopping of Afghanistan soil for any use of terror activities. Now, Taliban have made yet another outreach towards India, and this time senior Taliban leader Sher Mohammad Abbas has now described India as an important country within the region. In fact, the man who is touted to be the foreign minister in Taliban 2.0 government has said that maintaining trade ties with India is important. This comes right after Taliban spokesperson assured that India could carry on its reconstruction and developmental projects. But can India really forget Taliban's terror?
As the Taliban government takes shape in Afghanistan, a senior member of the Taliban leadership, Sher Mohammad Abbas, Stanik Zai has said that the group wants to maintain trade, economic and political relations with India. Stanik Zai, widely tipped as Afghanistan's next foreign minister, asked India to retain a diplomatic presence in the war-devastated country. The Taliban leader also said air trade route between India and Afghanistan needs to be kept open. He was referring to the air corridor between India and Afghanistan that was established to boost trade between the two countries in view of Pakistan's denial to allow transit access. Stanik Zai was part of a group of foreign cadets who received training at the prestigious Indian Military Academy in Dehradun in the early 1980s. He also described India as an important country in the region.
ما می‌خوایم که همکاری‌های سالمشان دوام بکنه، در راسته دیپلماتیک با هم روابط حسنه داشته باشیم. همچنان اگر نیاز میشه سفیرای ما هم در تمام کشورها خواهد بود و سفرای کشورهای دیگر هم در افغانستان فعلا هم هستند. فضای اطمینانی برشان مساعد شده.
This isn't the first time the Taliban have reached out to India. Soon after the fall of Kabul, Taliban spokesperson had said that India can complete its reconstruction and infrastructure projects, even going to the extent of calling Kashmir a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan. India has been a key stakeholder in Afghanistan and has invested nearly $3 billion in carrying out around 500 projects across the country. For now, India has been adopting a wait-and-watch policy.
Currently, there is a lack of clarity, or no clarity about any entity forming a government in Kabul. We of course continue to monitor the situation very carefully. This is an evolving situation, and I think for the moment that's all I have to say about this element.
India, though, hasn't forgotten Taliban terror. In 1999, the Taliban government allowed the hijackers of an Indian Airlines flight from Kathmandu, Nepal, to escape. Taliban permitted Masood Azhar to travel to Pakistan, where he founded Jaish-e-Mohammed, an organization responsible for a spate of high-profile attacks across India. Does India have a choice of engaging with Taliban now? Bureau Report, India Today.
Now you have former Pakistan cricketer Shahid Afridi, who's expressed his love for the Taliban. He said the Taliban have come with a positive mind as they've allowed women to work. He's also said the Taliban loves cricket. Let's take a listen to what Shahid Afridi has to say while praising the Taliban. Pakistani cricketer has in fact earlier made anti-India remarks over Kashmir.
तालिबान आए हैं इस वक्त और बड़े पॉजिटिव फ्रेम ऑफ माइंड के साथ आए हैं। ये चीज़ हमें पहले नजर नहीं है और माशाल्लाह ये चीज़ें बड़ी ज़बरदस्त पॉजिटिविटी की तरफ चीज़ें नजर आ रही हैं। ये लेडीज़ को काम करने की इजाज़त, पॉलिटिक्स में बाकी जॉब्स की तरफ उनको मतलब इजाज़त है एंड देन क्रिकेट को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। क्रिकेट सीरीज हो जाती है श्रीलंका में हमें बोर्ड की सिचुएशन देखते हैं, सीरीज नहीं हुई। मैं समझता हूँ कि तालिबान क्रिकेट को बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद।
Now, after 2.5 months, 1 million registrations later, 88 teams, 4 intense levels, the Esports Premier League, the cup there was swept by Mumbai Marshals with Bengaluru Ballistics coming in second. In fact, the top team and runners-up flew to Delhi to receive their cups and prize money in an award-winning ceremony there on Monday, where the chief guest was Delhi Deputy CM Manish Sisodia. Let's take a quick look at this champs meet of ESPL 2021.
The Esports Premier League trophy finally went home with Mumbai Marshals consisting of the 4-member team of Naitik Khosto, Asjad Khatib, Indranil Saha and Jayesh Yadav. They also took home the prize money of 12 lakh rupees.
हार्ड वर्क करना होगा, बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत करना होगा स्पोर्ट्स में, तब जाके ऐसे लेवल पे जैसे हम लोग अभी जीते, मुंबई को रिप्रेजेंट किया एंड जीते, तो हार्ड वर्क बहुत ज़्यादा करना होगा।
अप्स एंड डाउन्स बहुत आएंगे, लेकिन बस तुम्हें हार नहीं माननी है, तुम्हें आगे वर्क करते जाना है।
स्टार्टिंग में बहुत ज़्यादा हेक्टिक रहता है, 16 to 20 hours, 22 hours, सीरियसली बिना सोए भी गेम कंटिन्यू करना है बस।
Most valuable player, the winner is Jayesh Yadav from Mumbai Marshals.
Jayesh Yadav of Mumbai Marshals also took home the most valuable player award of the Esports League.
Really, I'm just panicking right now because of first time this was my that I'm winning this tournament and MVP.
The team which found itself in the second place at the ESPL, and that was the Bangalore Ballistics.
Though Bangalore Ballistics put up a valiant effort, they took home the runners-up trophy and prize money of 6 lakh rupees.
We were close to first place, मतलब एकदम close थे first place के, and पूरे tournament में हम लोग like top पे थे, but last में finals में थोड़ा सा गेम ये हो गया imbalance, तो टॉप कर सकते थे, but कोई नहीं, इस बार सेकंड के नेक्स्ट टाइम होपफुली फर्स्ट करेंगे.
Chief guest Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia gave away the prizes and expressed his full support for the esports format.
ये एक इतना वेल एक्सेप्टेड कंपटीशन, वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड कंपटीशन भी बन सकता है. देश में मुझे लगता है पहली बार इस तरह की शुरुआत हो रही है. आई कांग्रेचुलेट द टीम. तो ये कोई बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है कि आज से 5 से 10 साल के अंदर अंदर आप जो भी हमारे विनर्स बैठे हैं, इनके आगे की जनरेशन ये पूछने लगी कि क्या इस देश में ऐसी जनरेशंस भी होती थी जो कभी स्पोर्ट्स नहीं खेलती थी? क्या सिर्फ फील्ड में गेम खेले जाते थे? अब क्योंकि आप लोग आगे बढ़ गए हैं, तो every government has to follow what the generations are doing, where the generations are leading. So I can promise from this stage कि हम दिल्ली में स्पोर्ट्स को बढ़ावा देने के लिए whatever is required and whatever can be done, we'll do it.
That's not all. The award ceremony also saw the unveiling of the new Esports World logo and a promise by the India Today group for the competition to become bigger and better next year.
I've had the pleasure of launching many products at the India Today group. I can't wait to see where this brand launch of ours goes. The next tournament for India Today Gaming is going to be the World Esport Cup, and we couldn't be more excited to take our brand international.
We congratulate all the winners of ESPL 2021 and wish them happy gaming till we meet again.